everyone, and welcome back to Through the Lens, Discovering the Life of Birds. I'm Nora Mullins, so let's get started. Carolina wrens are little round birds with a bright white eyebrow and a long curved bill. Their tails are usually cocked up, but is lowered when they sing. They have warm brown backs and cinnamon-colored underparts. Both the males and the females look alike. Carolina wrens are common in swampy mixed hardwood forests, shrubby wooded areas, and brushy yards. So they like the same habitats mostly as the catbird. So they like shrubs, and they're not that shy, but they are kind of hard to see. So Carolina wrens sing a rich, ringing tea kettle, tea kettle, tea kettle, tea kettle song. The tea kettle song may sometimes sound like Germany, 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 or cheery, cheery, cheery. So the male Carolina wren is the only one that sings the tea kettle song. But a male Carolina wren can sing over 500 variations of that tea kettle song. And once a wren in captivity, they recorded a wren in captivity, and it sang 3,000 times in one day. The female Carolina wrens sometimes add a buzzy chatter to the male song. So the male will be singing tea kettle, tea kettle, tea kettle, tea kettle, tea kettle, and the female will go like bzzz. So and that turns the song into a duet between the male and the female. So here's the duet. Listen for the female adding to the male's song. Carolina wrens are non-migratory residents to eastern North America. Carolina wrens weave a complex and bulky nest hauling volumes of bark strips, fine twigs, leaves, grasses, green moss, and rubbish into a hidden nook, thick intertwining vines, natural tree cavities, or somewhere unexpected. Wrens will nest in old shoes, flower pots, hanging flower baskets, or on a cluttered shelf. Here's one that is nesting in a flower basket. The female Carolina wren incubates the eggs for 14 days, and the young leave the nest from 12 to 19 days later. Carolina wrens eat mostly insects and spiders, but they'll also eat larvae and caterpillars. So they stuff their beaks full of insects, and then they go feed their nestlings in the nesting season. But if they just find it and eat it, they'll just eat it. Like they have little inchworms, they'll eat grasshoppers, they'll eat a lot of bugs. So that's what they eat. To attract Carolina wrens to your backyard, you can plant lots of thick shrubs and vines, and you can put out suet. So that's basically the same things that you would do to attract a catbird, like we learned about last week. So plant shrubs, put out suet, also put out a bird bath, because Carolina wrens like to bathe, but even more, they like to take dust baths. So they'll find a patch of dust and they'll roll around in it and get all the parasites off of their feathers. So keep an eye out for Carolina wrens rolling around in dust. I haven't seen one taking a dust bath in a while, but once you find one taking a dust bath, they're really fun to watch. Alright, so right here is a nice place for a dust bathing Carolina wren. The dust is really fine. They just like to roll around in it. So if you don't already have a place like this, like a dirt spot in your yard, you can find a place where you're allowed to dig like a small hole. You can dig a small hole and fill it with fine dust, and then hopefully they'll bathe in that. The Latin name of the Carolina wren, Thryothoris ludovicianus, means reed jumper of Louisiana. The Carolina wren was adopted as the South Carolina state bird in 1948, replacing the mockingbird. The legislation also specifies that intentionally killing either bird in the state of South Carolina is a misdemeanor punishable by a fine or jail time. The Carolina wren is also featured on the South Carolina Quarter. Alright everyone, thanks so much for joining me for Through the Lens, Discovering the Life of Birds. I hope you learned something new about Carolina wrens, or a lot of things about Carolina wrens today. Thank you and have a nice week. Bye! Carolina wrens eat mostly insects and spiders, so they're an insectivore. I don't know if that's a word, so let's just leave that out. Wait a second. What is that? Okay, that is kind of weird. Never mind. The Latin name of the Carolina wren, Thryothoris ludovicianus. Thryothoris ludovicianus. Thryothoris ludovicianus. Never mind. The Latin name of the Carolina wren, Thryothoris ludovicianus. Never mind. Alright, I'm leaving this out.